Hello guys, the TB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I am here with...
Christopher Pyke. I got top 8 at the most recent remote duel YCS with Prank Kids.
Alright, and you want to do any shout outs before we hop in?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Team Yu-Gi Ohio, Refined Gaming, Heroes in Games, Post Board Gaming, and then special shout outs to Fee, Paul, Zach, Alex, Ali, Anthony, and Mike. They pretty much helped me grind these last 6 months and come up with the deck that I played for the event.
Alright, and let's hop right into the deck profile.
Great. So I played Prank Kids. I thought they were a really good choice going in because a lot of people cited or like main stuff for Phantom Knight, and there's not a lot of things that hit Phantom Knight that hit this deck. So we started by playing the standard ratios for the Prank Kids. We played 3 Dropsies, 3 Lampsies, 3 Fansies, and then 2 Roxies because I played over 40. I wanted to play more than one of it just for consistency. Nothing really to say about these, but I don't think I had a single game where I bricked and didn't draw a single one, so the ratios felt really good. Next, of course, we played the Adventure Engine. Currently, the best thing in this game by far. I think if you don't play this engine, you are already crippling yourself. It's really, really broken. One thing this deck can struggle with is surprisingly, like, floodgates are just a lot of back row. And putting a negate and then a bounce before you even start any of your plays is better than anything this deck could have ever asked for. So, played that. And then the other thing not a lot of people played, but I did really bad in a regional right before the YCS. And I think it added a lot to the deck was the Fusion Destiny package. Because a lot of times if you brick and you draw like Griffin or just like Fateful or something not very good, you can end up just still making DPE, and DPE by itself is probably the best single interruption in this game right now. Definitely was very, very happy. I played 3 mirrors the entire time, and one of the mirrors was against someone playing like Crossout and Reaper, and I won it just because I played DPE, because I could just turn any 2 monsters into a pop every single turn. So I was very, very satisfied with DP in this deck. And then the only hand traps we played were 3 Ash and 3 Ogre. I kind of just wanted to play like a going second, like cracker board, because like place does so much by itself, and then you're also playing like 3 1-card engines plus droplets. So I didn't really see a huge need for hand traps. I did want to play some hand traps just to draw something off pranks. So I played the 2 most consistent ones, Ash and Ogre. Ogre was amazing. Ash was fine. I pretty much only used it to Ash like draw cards, which is always good, but didn't really stop a lot of combo decks in the sense that you think it would, because Griffin is also in everyone's deck. And then the spells, we played 3 place, 2 fusion spell, and then the 1 pranks. Nothing really to say here. This is pretty standard. Nice little 6-card engine. And then for the go second card, we played 3 droplets. This card is really, really good until you play your top 8 game and they put an Arclight and another negate on board. Then this card becomes useless against Scythe. That's actually how I lost my game 1 in top 8. He just full comboed. I have never seen the Arclight board, so I'm like, I could droplets here and send a bunch of spells, and then it just gets negated and I lose. So I promptly just scooped. That was something new. Then we played 1 Foolish, 1 Instant Fusion, 1 1-for-1, and then my deck master, Called by the Grave. I drew this so much, this card is broken. Should be in everyone's deck. And that's pretty much it for the main deck.
Oh, how many cards did you play in the main deck?
I played 43. I did a bunch of math with the 1-ofs and then the 9 hand traps. But it was mostly just to lower the consistency of drawing Dasher and Celestial. That's the only reason I played over 40. For the extra deck, we played 1 Meow, 1 Bow Wow, 3 Doodle, and then 1 Ripperorn Roaster. The only time I actually made this card was against Virtual World, and they like awkwardly belled me, and I couldn't add back Pandemonium. So they bricked, of course. So they just had set 2. So I just made this, and I passed. And then he draws, and he activates Lulu, targeting Chooch. I just roaster it, and he just passes, and I killed him. It was really funny. We played Unicorn, Access Code. I only made these once the entire event, because the cool thing about this deck is because you have so many bodies on field, like Griffin, Token, plus Doodle, that's already 6k damage. So like you have Lampsies to just keep dealing damage. So you put any other monster and that's just like lethal. The only time I made these 2 was against my 8th round opponent, who is playing Mystic Mine, Layer of Darkness, Dragoon. And I made this to just beat over Dragoon. That's kind of the only reason it's there. 1 Link Spider, 1 Verte, and then a DP. Again, engine's really broken. Very happy I played it. It won me all of my mirrors. Then we played Rocket, Weather, and then I still played 2 Butler, even though I didn't play Thunder Dragon Fusion. If you manage your resources right, you don't really need it, because Doodle just being able to be used every turn to search the fusion spell, the add back plus a monster on board, that's just your second Butler right there. So I didn't really see a reason to play Thunder Dragon Fusion. But that's it for the extra deck. Now for the side deck, I didn't really know what I was going to see, because like right before the YCS, I saw a bunch of people like playing the Sangan deck and stuff. So I just want to play like the most generic cards I could. So I just played 3 Nib, 3 Lancia. This card never came up except for my top 16 feature match, just because I was the only Phantom Knight I played the entire event. I think Phantom Knight just did really, really bad because everyone was either maining this or had this in their side. And like 1 hand trap plus these just ends Phantom Knight's turn, which is really bad in a sense. I still think the deck's good, but it was definitely not a good pick for that event. And we played triple Lightning Storm, shout out Zach, and then triple Cosmic. This deck is terrible against back row, so I just maxed out on as much of back row hate as I could. It was really, really good because I ended up playing 2 Mystic Mine decks. I played someone who topped a YCS with Mystic Mine in the early rounds, and I drew like Lightning Storm Cosmic going second, so it was really nice in that sense. And then the final side card, Solemn Judgment. You have so much you have to droplet against me. So it's like at least a droplet's pitch 2 to negate like Bow Wow Griffin. So that's already 3 cards you're starting with in your hand. So Judgment just goes plus every single time you use it. So that's why I decided to play that over like Anti-Spell. But Judgment was really, really good. Really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So in the extract, did you ever think about like cutting the second Battle Butter for like a Link Spider? Like a second Link Spider just to play through Nib a little bit better?
I did. The second Butler does come up a little bit. If I was actually going to play another card for a token, I would play that World Legacy card. I forget its name. Imduck? I would play Imduck just for a little, differentiation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was a lot of times where I like have yet to use pranks and then they nib me. So I just have like 2 tokens. I'm like, well, I could have made Verte here if I played another Link Spider or something different.
Mm-hmm.
But
and then I already know the question of this, but I may as well ask it. Why did you not play Totally Awesome in your extra deck?
It's so win more in my opinion. I think if your opponent passes and you have 2 dropsies plus your entire follow up, they're just dead anyway. Not to mention that Meow Mew's at 1, so turning 2 Prank Kids monsters and not having a Meow Mew in your extra already just seems so bad to me. But the extra deck's also tight, so I played DP, and I thought this was more important than Toad. I do like Toad, but if I would play Toad if I didn't play DP, essentially.
All right.
That's it.
And anything you want to say before we go ahead and sign off here?
Not really. It was a fun event. I'm happy I played it. I usually hate remote duel events, but this one actually went very smooth and quick, so that's about it.
All right. And first of all, congrats on getting top 8 at the YCS, and thank you for doing the deck profile here on the channel with me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. And with all that being said, the DV Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.